Hey guys, welcome to part 3. If you have not seen part 1 and 2, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description box. That way you guys can catch up, because this is kind of like the grand finale of us talking about everything, and it probably won't make sense if we start kind of, because let's be honest, we had a little bit of ADD,
yeah,
and so we're going to bounce around. And so, like, you know, if you can't necessarily understand everything if you didn't see the other videos, so go watch those first, then come back to this one. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
Right after that, then her tripod starts breaking again, and the camera goes like this. Like, it just goes pointing straight down. And then the camera girl is like, oh my gosh, like, the camera just fell. And, like, in the confusion, while we're talking about it, you can kind of hear, like, somebody talking, like, underneath. It sounds like, please, please. It sounds like, please, please, don't go that way. Like, check it out. What do you think you hear?
I'm gonna turn this off just completely. Can you just balance it for 1 second?
I personally think it was trying to warn us to not go back where we were, because that's when the activity really started.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe the activity that we're experiencing after wasn't good activity. I'm not really quite sure about that, but something either wanted us to stay there and talk to them longer, or they didn't want us to go over that way. I'm not quite sure, and I point that way because over towards the other activity. I don't know, but when I heard that EVP, I wanted to cry. Not out of fear, but like I just felt like the emotion. It just sounded like somebody was legitimately pleading, like, please, please. I don't know. That one, it broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it broke my heart, but it did. Like, it makes me sad to hear it.
We finally get all the way over to the other side, and the camera tripod is still giving us trouble. And then all of a sudden you hear this.
Oh, my bad.
I think it was like, just stay right there so I can break your stuff again.
Yeah, I was pissed. At this point, I think, isn't this when I start getting like an attitude?
Yes.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have multitudes of equipment to play with. I was getting pissed. And I swear that's exactly, he was like, just wait right there, okay? And then snap. Like, are you kidding me? Play with the damn REM pod.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so angry.
She was like, who keeps messing with my camera? Or something like that. Here, watch it really quick. Yeah, it's just like, it was him, it was me. Not 100% sure, but we heard that on the spirit box when we were there.
Yeah.
Like,
it was him.
I felt like it was him. Like, not me, it was him.
Yeah, like they were pointing fingers at each other almost. I don't even,
The other one that we got, was this one. We didn't ask any particular questions, but this one came up. I didn't hear it right away. She was actually the one that found it. And, it kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you need help from? Like, what's out there?
Yeah, that I felt was, that one, I guess now is an okay time to talk about it. There's certain parts that we didn't put in the video because there was no evidence there. There were certain points when I was terrified, and I couldn't explain why I was so scared. But what I find interesting is the times that I was the scaredest, there's no activity. And part of me wonders if maybe I was picking up on the fact that it was like dead quiet and that was eerie in itself, or was something not good there and that's why nothing was speaking. Because there was just a couple times when I'm like, I felt like I was going to be attacked. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I was going to be attacked. I felt like there was an animal in the darkness that was going to get us, or I felt like somebody was going to jump out. Like, in my brain, it was like something real life, but I was scared. I kept looking over my shoulder and looking back at the evidence and everything now. I'm wondering if maybe something darker there, something that may start with a D. I don't like to say it, but I don't know, because I do find it weird that the times that I was the most freaked out, no paranormal activity. Like, whatever was there, like, was over like, hover. I don't know how to explain it. I felt like whatever was there was like, not dictating, it was controlling the environment, so to say. I couldn't think of the word controlling. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know.
Because when we were there, I always felt like I had to have the big old light. Like I always needed to be able to see because I was petrified of the things I couldn't see. Like I was constantly scared of things that weren't there. Like I always like, because we have this thing, we call it the God light. Like it is so bright. So like you could see it from all the way across the cemetery. Like this thing is super, super bright. And everyone was like, oh, I'll hold it. I'm like, no, I'll hold it because I need to see. Because I was terrified. Like she was saying, I didn't know you felt legitimately terrified at the time. Like that's new for me.
Yeah.
So like I also felt legitimately terrified, and that's why I wouldn't let go of the light.
Yeah, and we still to this day, like, we're natural. It's natural for us to be on alert in a new situation in the dark. And I truly believe that, we're still animals. Even though we're humans, we're still animals, and I feel like we have an instinct. And if you know when you're being watched, if you're sitting in a room and you aren't paying attention to anything and immediately you look up and see someone staring at you, that was your instinct telling you look in that direction because something's watching you. Same thing. I felt like something was there, and all those times, I don't know if you were permanently terrified or if it was going in and out for you.
It was going in and out.
Yeah, and same here. Like there were certain times when I felt totally fine,
Mm-hmm.
but other times I was like, I don't feel okay. And I, to this day, don't know the reason for it, but as I said, every time that happened, no paranormal activity, nothing.
Yeah, I always thought it was like maybe an animal in the dark, like something was watching me, stalking me. I felt like I was being stalked.
Thank you.
I think that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
I felt like I was being stalked. We didn't even talk about that.
No,
like
we
this
didn't.
is just like happening right now.
Yeah.
We're both realizing that's the exact thing
And
we were
it's happening
feeling.
on film. I hope you guys like it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ugh.
it's so hot with this weird light that my husband brought in
Yeah.
for me. I'm so
Cheers.
thirsty. Cheers.
So we got a couple of other ones. They were like brief in between things that were happening. They weren't really connected to anything, but they're these. I really think they said really and make. What do you guys think? And then Jasmine, in the heat of her anger about this tripod, she's like, are you touching my equipment? And then you hear like this really eerie thing. Like, listen to it really quick.
Like that one where something gets close. What is wrong with you? Did you hear it snap again?
Yeah, and I didn't touch it. I know I didn't touch it when I walked by it because I made sure I walked around it.
Are you touching my equipment?
Like, it sounds like ghosty. Like, it's like, yeah, like, woo. Like spooky.
Yes. But it says, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, unless you hear something else.
Yeah, I was like, are you messing with the equipment? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
Mm-hmm. And then, right after all this is happening, Carrie pulls out his REM pod, and all the lights are starting to go crazy. Like, he's holding it flat in his hand, so, like, he's not touching the top. Like, how is it going off? And so it's going off like crazy, and then, like, you hear, like, this strange breathing, and we really can't describe exactly what happened. Here, listen to it really quick.
My tripod is broke.
So where do you...
You broke my tripod.
Amy, you are seeing this light up in different colors, right?
Absolutely. I know he's here. I know he's here.
And I've been holding it the same way the whole time.
He's right here. He keeps touching my camera.
Should I put this under the camera?
If you want. Hell no.
Hold on, you guys do see this, right?
Yeah. Absolutely 100%.
Like, part of me almost feels like it's a hiss,
Yeah,
which
no.
freaks me out. It kind of reminds me of when I had a pet cockatiel. I would fall asleep after work, and she would be on my chest, and she would feel like she had to protect me. My sister would come in every night because I'd fall asleep really early because I was up early. I was doing housekeeping, so it was manual labor. She would come into my room, my bird would be there, and my bird would literally, like, open up her wings, and she'd be like, and it reminds me of, like, a hiss. That's what I hear. She hears breathing. I hear more of, like, a...
Like, we'll insert it again. Listen to it again really quick.
I know he's here. I know he's
And I've been.
And then my question is, if it is hissing,
Like,
what's
is it?
hissing?
Yeah,
So-
what is it?
So I almost feel like it's better to just say that it's breathing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with breathing because hissing is more terrifying.
But then I think to myself, why does a ghost need to breathe?
Exactly.
I don't know.
So we're doing it, and like Jasmine like randomly says my name, and this thing's been kind of mimicking us like the whole time, and then this happens.
Are you here right now with us? Anything you need?
Hold on, I'm gonna set it down.
Yeah, I didn't catch that until we were looking through the footage. She caught it because maybe I didn't want to hear it call my name, like, because you know it's like, oh, missed you, and like everything else. Apparently, I'm the leader. It's following me.
And I feel like when it says Amy, it says it's almost like when you run into an old friend at the mall. Oh my God, Amy! You know, it sounded like Amy. Oh,
Yeah.
peppy, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah, I wasn't pleased when I heard it.
Yeah,
I don't
I would
want
agree.
to say my name.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what was going on right when it said this next thing. Go ahead and listen.
The light source. Hello.
Like, you can barely hear it through, like, everything that's going on, but it sounds like it says close to me. Because we were sitting next to that tree where we've been getting most of the activity this whole time, from the other time we went into this time we went. And I'm pretty sure it says close to me, like, yeah, we're close to you. I feel like maybe that's what it's telling us. Because it started like turning up and down, like, our equipment and everything wasn't quite working right. And then Jasmine noticed in the moment, like,
Did you turn this down?
she noticed like right away that it had started turning stuff down. Like, it was turning things down, it was speeding things up. And then she started using the spirit box, and then this comes up.
I'm trying to scan it, thank you.
I'm pretty sure it says scan it, because I think she heard it in the moment. She's like, I am trying to scan it.
They were being very demanding. I don't know. I don't know why I was being so sassy. Like, looking back at the video, I'm like, why was I being like that? It kind of bothers me in a way. But yeah, I was like, I'm trying to scan it.
Because they were messing with your tripod.
I think, yeah.
You're like, you're touching my stuff.
it's like,
Stop telling me what to
well,
do.
that's the thing. I'm like, you have so many things we want you to touch. And now you have to screw with my tripod on my camera?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's why I was like, I'm trying to scan it. I'm trying to give you guys a voice. And instead, you're poking my camera.
So we may think that some of the reasons why our audio got a little wonky was this moment right here. Yeah, she looks guilty, doesn't she?
What? Yeah, I made a big boo-boo. That was my fault.
Yeah, but luckily we had both cameras going, so I was able to use the volume from this camera and put it over the other audio. But imagine, I have to like sync the lips, and I'm super OCD, so I'm like, this has got to be perfect. So if you notice in some of the other videos where like the lips are slightly off, that's because I had to use two different things to make one video because not all of the equipment was working at the same time.
And just to clear my name, the reason that I picked it up the way that I did is because I was worried that if I put my hands over it for just one moment, somebody couldn't say something, and I wanted to give them ample opportunity to say something. And so I just kind of picked it up, kind of like, you know, I just wanted to like have as least amount of contact as possible. That way I didn't interfere with anything, but instead I kind of unplugged it a little bit. So
Just a little. It's okay.
Go me.
It still turned out alright.
Yeah.
This next part, we're sitting underneath the tree and we're using the pendulum, and I was like, hey, it's nice to see you again and everything else, and then it goes, missed you. Listen.
Got the chills up my back. Hello, sir. It's good to see you again. Or not see
Missed you. It said missed you.
I picked that up while we were there, and I was like, oh, like the shake.
And you can see kind of like on the look of my face, like I was kind of like I was like, I don't know, like my face, I look very like, holy shit. I was flabbergasted, to be honest. Like I felt like, oh my god, like it said missed you.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So then we're talking to it for a while, like trying to get it to say things. Like we're trying to figure out what's going on. And as I feel like it's like right behind me. Like it feels like kind of like, you know, when someone opens a refrigerator, like you feel that coldness on the back of your neck. It's like blowing behind you. Like I knew there was something standing behind me. And I was like, I feel like you're here. Like, listen. It's like, he's like right here.
Sit. You're with her? I said with her.
I think this one freaked me out the most out of everything, to be completely honest.
Touched.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe I was. Maybe that is a ghost touch. Maybe like ghost touch is like refrigerator on the neck.
I don't know, but you have full right to be freaked out.
Yeah, no, that one scared me the most. With her. Yeah, I know you're with me. So like I'm telling you guys, like it was right there. So like I was like waving the K2 meter like behind me, like it's right here, like hoping like maybe it would light up. Like it was behind me.
It didn't, by the way.
Yeah, it did not light up at all.
Yeah,
like we got nothing from that. And then Jasmine took it and she like put it behind me and she's like, here, like you can watch it.
Behind you?
Can you still see it? Because I don't think that one makes noises.
I can still see it, yeah.
Okay.
It's green right now. Actually, I will. Can you see it from here?
Oh yeah, I can see it from here. Yeah, but you're not going to touch it, are you? It didn't. Not at all.
They just wanted to touch my tripod.
So it was
I'm not salty. I don't know why you're thinking I'm salty.
Oh, only just a little bit. It just keeps touching my camera.
What did you expect? That's what you wanted it to do, stupid.
Right? And then, like, as much as it was, like, slowing everything down, like, before, it started speeding everything up. Like, my arm was like this, and my pendulum was spinning like a helicopter. I've never seen things like that do that before. Like, that was a lot of power. Like, you can see that from the first video that we posted on Halloween, how fast it was going. And look at this clip. This.
You're speeding this equipment that I'm holding up, huh? This thing's going faster than it was. Do you see it going through the different channels faster?
Spirit box was speeding up. This thing was speeding up. Like, at first it slowed it down and then it was speeding it up. Like, yeah, I can touch your stuff. Like, let me prove it to you. Like, we know that something was there.
Shit, sorry.
So it says it was nice to see you. So it's like following, it was nice to see you, missed you, says my name. I'm freaked out. Why is it so attached to me? I'll never know. But it was.
But I'm sure glad she was there because it really liked her and we got some evidence. So.
We definitely did. I'm glad we can share it with you guys. So then we go to leave and I feel like it's like maybe it couldn't hear what we were saying and then this happens.
Would you like us to move somewhere else?
What? So it says what? Like twice. Like it can't hear me. It's like what? What? And then like we keep repeating ourselves. But we didn't know that on the second camera that we were filming with, like there was this light that came up on the screen. Here, we'll show you that one. We showed that one on the first video, but that's two lights we still can't explain.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
So we're going through and we're like, which way should we go? Like this.
I'm gonna ask you if I should go left or right. First, I'll ask if I should go left.
Literally said straight. Like, we had to debate for a second on what it actually said, but I'm pretty sure it says straight.
Because I even heard it at the moment through the spirit box. I'm like, it said go straight.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Well, we're walking around, we're trying to get like close to whatever it is that's speaking with us. And Carrie thinks that he sees something. And then the camera shuts off. And then when they finally get it working, I start to think I'm seeing something. So like I feel like again it was messing with our equipment and like turning it off, and like it was a presence that we couldn't see. Like we thought we saw it, but there was nothing there. And like I just kept wanting that light in my hand because I felt like I was being stalked. So here we'll insert the footage so you can see exactly what happened.
Shine the light over there real quick.
It just shut off? Just shut off.
I thought I just saw something walk by right between those two trees right there.
That's us.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Said movie something and then it shut off. Would you like us to sit down right here and see if we can talk to you? I felt like there was something behind us.
Like I saw something moving.
So then at this point, we decided to split up. And we left Amy and our camera girl over where there was a lot of activity. And then me and Carrie walked to the other side of the cemetery. And we looked through the footage, and there's really not much, to be perfectly honest. But we did catch this orb that was near Carrie and I. And I didn't feel anything there. So I don't know what the orb was, but you can clearly see the orb.
And that way we can see their light,
and it's like a yellowy white green color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, yeah. So I think there's actually a way to Google the orb color.
Oh,
to know what
cool.
it means.
I didn't know that. I
just
learned
found that
something
out.
new every day.
I learned that yesterday. So I learned something new yesterday.
Yeah. I learned that I was today years old.
Yes. I was yesterday years old. We have problems.
Yeah,
okay.
only a little. So we finally get back together and we're trying to figure out who this entity is that we're speaking with. And we notice, like, it feels like this wind coming through the cemetery. It's like this random cold area. So we're like, this is where we need to be. So we took our thermometer and we gave Jasmine one side and we took the other. You know, one of those thermometers where you have the one that you keep inside and the one you put outside? We got that one. That way you can tell, like, the different spots where each place was colder. Here, take a look.
77, 70.
It's getting colder.
And that's only about 77, 70, 76. And that's probably, what, 20 feet, you say?
Yeah.
Only about a 20-foot difference, and it's 6 degrees temperature change. 69, it's getting colder here.
That's crazy. I can actually feel the wind, like the coldness touching my hand. Like there's a wind. Like when you stand in front of a fridge, that's what it feels like.
We're literally, like, right next to each other. I don't understand how there could have been that big of a difference in temperature.
Because I ran all the way up to almost where the entrance is. And I started there and I slowly started walking back. And it actually seemed like it was getting warmer as I was walking to them. And then all of a sudden, theirs started dropping. And mine was kind of getting warmer again. And so there was how much of a degree difference? I think one would drop down total to 67, right?
I think it was like a 7-degree difference, 8-degree difference.
Yeah.
It was insane.
And that was in a matter of like 2 feet.
We finally get situated and we're going to try to talk to this entity. And Carrie's using his infrared camera and he asked if if we needed the light. And it was like, no. Take a look.
You need light or no?
Yeah, I needed the light because I was still holding that god light, like, I need to be able to see because something is stalking me. We're trying to determine who we were talking to. And I was pretty sure it was a resonator that we were speaking with. So we were trying to figure out which one it was because there was like a couple in that cemetery. So we were asking, like, were you the one that died on this day or this day? And, like, right in the exact same simultaneous moment on 2 different audios, it says this. We'll play them back to back. So, like, they're trying to talk at, like, the same time. I'm pretty sure one says creepy and the other one says September 10th. We could never find the connection with September 10th. We, like, went through the archives of the cemetery, looking through everything. We couldn't find anything significant about September 10th, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Maybe November 10th, but it was definitely Burr 10th.
And I mean, for me personally, everybody has their different opinion, but I don't feel like we were talking to anybody that was buried in that cemetery that night. I don't understand. I don't think cemeteries are haunted, so to say. I feel like maybe we were talking to somebody who may have died on that land, or because the veil was so thin, we were just talking to anybody that was a lost spirit. But I don't know if we were necessarily, personally, this is my belief, I don't think we were talking to anybody that was buried there, because why would you hang out like where your body is buried? It doesn't really make sense to me. Like if a family was murdered in a house, everybody says that house is haunted because people were murdered there. There was something tragic that happened. Like that makes it haunted, right? So like just having a body buried somewhere like that, I don't know, to me that, I don't think we were talking to anybody there. I think we were talking to lost spirits personally, but that's just, again, my opinion.
And it was definitely more than one person. Like, listen to this.
Me too. I thought it said. We're not just talking to one person. That's it. What's
Yeah, it was clearly telling us, like, yeah, you're not talking to one person. There's a lot of people here. Like, on the spirit box, we kept getting all kinds of names, like, just coming through over and over and over and over and over. Different names, different names, different names. Like, the audio was so bad because at this point, like, everybody's cameras were, like, done. It was just EVP at this point. And, like, the EVP was messed up still from her moving it. So, because she moved it.
Something's happening. Do you hear all that?
Yeah.
Like, if you could stop, that'd be great. We're almost done, okay?
Yeah, like, everything's going out of focus. And, like, I'm getting the chilly willies.
And there's knocking.
Something in your living room.
Yeah, some things in my living room, some things in my kitchen, and my camera was going out of focus, so...
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and include that, because I still don't know what's really happening in my house. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched all 3 of my videos. Thank you so much for the people who have literally been here since, like, I first started my channel. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.